I call this meeting to order. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is a regular meeting for Wednesday, December 17th. Before we start, if you could just make sure your cell phones are silenced.
That's right.
We're going to go in the order of the public hearing of the posted notices. That means we're going to start with calendar number 80-2025, which is the application of Trevor Terpene. We're going to start with your application for 43 Greenwood Avenue, which is to allow the second story and attic addition to the existing single-family residence, prepared by your wife, who is homesick.
Yes, thank you. I'm Trevor Terpene. I am the, co-owner of 43 Greenwood with my wife. We originally bought this house in 2018. We have since redid the house, and now we are seeking a variance to square off the back corner. And really the hardship here is the house was given a variance back in 1952, before it was built, to be placed in this specific location. From what we can tell from the application, it was just one page. It might have been more than one page, maybe it was two. But it said it was to kind of square off the house to the street and be more in line with the rest of the homes on the street. So because of that, we have a very tight setback with the 45 Greenwood, so the lot that we share the driveway with. And our proposal is to add a very minimal amount of space on the second story, which would be finished, and that is over the existing first floor finished area of the home, and then attic space as well. And then again, as I stated before, our hardships here are the pre-existing variance. We have kind of a angled lot, so that's why at the front of the house, the setback doesn't affect us, but as we get back to the back corner of the house, we are within the setback for that second story and third story finished space. And then this lot is in a flood zone. The house is completely up to current flood compliance. When we redid the house in 2022, all of that was brought into order. So flood vents, all the utilities are lifted at least 12 inches out of the floodplain. And then we do have a shared driveway. So if we wanted to do any addition anywhere else, we would have to be breaking ground in a flood zone, which we do not want to do, especially for the minimal amount of square footage we would like to add. So with that, I will open it up to questions. We've worked pretty closely with Jeremy and Harv on this, so happy to answer any questions anybody has.
The second floor is 61, looks like 61 square feet of additional footage.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Okay, that's what it says in our notes. And
Yep.
that is all within the setback.
That is all within the setback.
Okay. So that's the minimum adjustment you're saying, that you're just
Correct.
asking for the 61. And the only reason you're doing it where you're doing it is to be cognizant of not putting it in the flood zone. So you're just going right over.
Yeah, if we
what's
were to
already-
do it on the other side of the house, we
Uh-huh.
would have to add foundation and dig in the flood, so that's
Got it.
that's why.
And tell us, what are you doing? What's the purpose of this extra square footage? What are you
The
gonna get
purpose of the extra square footage is to have an additional bedroom upstairs.
at? Okay.
And I'll just go back. Originally, we had submitted plans to the town for the proposed layout that you guys see in front of you today. We thought that that would be grandfathered in based on where the house sat and our reading of the variance rules. It was actually only though the first floor that was grandfathered in, because that's the only place that we had existing square footage. At that time, we had the builder lined up, we had the bank lined up, and I had a contract that we had to really get going on, or he had the ability to reset that cost. And as everybody probably can remember, inflation was ripping and roaring at that time. So we just made the decision that, hey, we'll just draw the back corner of the house in. We don't really know if we're gonna be here. Let's just go forward with what the town's requiring. And now we're kind of going back to amend that, so.
Good.
So the whole of the 61 feet is in the setback, or just looking at the diagram, it looks like the setback cuts across the proposed addition?
Yeah, I think it's just, so let me actually make a correction to that. I believe that it's only 31 finished square feet that is going to be affected by the setback. The total finished square footage, that rectangle that you see on this page, the total finished square footage on the second floor is 61.5 feet. The finished square footage in the setback on the second floor is 16.6 feet. So sorry, that was my.
That's it, sorry, it's only
Correct,
16.
16 feet,
We're talking about 16 feet
16
here.
square feet.
16.
Can you believe you have to come in front of us to get approval for 16 square feet?
Oh, this is great.
So architecturally, it actually unlocks the second floor because there's a strangle in the way the bedrooms are laid out. So when you take that triangle, you're actually creating a rectangle because there's currently a notch away from the setback. And then by going on the other side, you're actually creating a rectangle that allows you to unlock the
Instead
second
of
floor.
squaring off
Yeah.
the back corner of the house like we did, I mean, we could have angled it, it would have looked even sillier
Weird.
than it does now, but
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
have. There's a house right around here, I forget on which street, but they do have kind of like an angled back corner into their house.
Probably on
Something we
Fitch.
decided not to do.
And then the attic addition doesn't have anything to do with the setback, that's.
Well, the attic addition will be in the setback, so it'll square off the house, but there's no finished square
that's the
footage
same
up
thing
there.
in the-
Yes.
okay, all right.
Yep.
There's no headroom in that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's all storage on both kind of sides of the home, on the third floor.
Very low.
Talk about neighbor support. I've seen.
Yeah, both the neighbors, and I think the letters are there. 45 Greenwood, which we share the driveway with, is very supportive, Mike and Kelly Tisha. And then on the other side, Joanne Frawley, she's supportive of it as well. She's like, I don't know why I would need to opine, doesn't really affect me, but she's happy to support it.
You guys did a great job with this. You worked with staff, you got the neighbor support on this. I would say, I mean, we're not deliberating right this second, but I mean, this is what we look for a minimum adjustment. This looks like, I mean, John, you're shaking your head.
Yeah.
You're the builder in the group.
16 square feet.
It'd be
16
hard,
square
it'd be
feet.
hard to get much lower than that.
I don't know how you can
Yeah,
get much lower than that.
yeah.
15 and a half,
good.
I mean, can we shave it? No. Jana,
I have
anything from
nothing on
you?
this one,
Any
no.
questions? Jeremy, Hervé?
No, I think
All good?
this makes a lot of sense.
Correct.
Is there anybody in the audience that would wish to speak about this? You're the only one here. Do you want to say anything?
I'm asking for 1 square foot.
Oh, wow. Right.
Not the price is right.
Okay, is there anything else you want to tell us?
No, thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to close this and we'll deliberate tonight. We're going to
Yep.
hear Mrs. Terrain. After it's thunderstorms, then we'll come back to you.
Awesome.
All right, thank you very much. This hearing is
Yep,
now closed.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you. All right, that officially closes the hearing of calendar number 28-2025. On to calendar number 29-2025. This is the application of Lisa Terrain. This is for the property at 35 Outlook Drive to allow a front porch and portico extension. If you could state, even though I've said it multiple times, if you could just state your name in the mic for the record, we would appreciate that. And we love pictures. Thank
My
you.
name is Lisa Terrain, and my husband Peter Terrain's really sorry he can't be here, but he is stuck in an airport. And he's actually served on this wonderful committee you're on, and I want to thank you for your time because I know it's a lot, and I really appreciate it because we've been sitting there too, so thank you. So we live at 31 Outlook Drive, next door to 35 Outlook Drive. I've lived in Darien my entire life, 68 years. We've fixed up a lot of homes in town. It's a very special place to me. So much so that we were really close to the family next to us, and when they moved, we asked, could we please buy it? And it went on the market anyway. We purchased it with the hopes that, A, maybe one of our children would want to bring their families here and raise their kids in Darien, because they all were raised here, went to Hindley all the way through the high school. And also because we've been really upset by all of the building going along Holly Pond. It's very disruptive to the community, it's polluting, it's wasteful. So we did this mainly as a way to preserve more building happening. So, that being said, the house we bought is right next door. So we are one of the neighbors that had to support this, and all the other neighbors support the idea too. The house was built in 1956. In 1956, it was a different zone, and when it became R1/2, we then got grandfathered where it is. So I just did a little drawing so you can sort of, here's the survey which we had to have redone. But here's the front lawn, and then this is property, this is the town property. But you can see it's really much wider here than it is down by the driveway. So It's eating into our square footage. We're grandfathered in. However, we want to add a front portico to make the house look a little more inviting. It's a very 1950s, very horizontal style, and all we're trying to do is introduce a vertical. And also just to make a front door facing the road that has a door with a entry. Right now, the door is facing the driveway, and there's a path here. So we want to just do a nice curved path, and the front door facing the neighbors, who are very much asking us to please make the house prettier. And we agree, then that's what we've come up with. So we have a design, we've got a survey done, we have landscaping that's already in. This is what it's going to look like in the summer. And if you have any questions, that's where we are.
So Lisa, you know the drill. You know that aesthetic improvements do not qualify as hardship.
I do.
So define for us clearly what the hardship is that justifies putting a porch in that's more than what we typically allow, which is an 8-foot by 5-foot.
I think, to be honest with you, there really is no hardship except that it is not an attractive house. The road has all been built in 1926, 36. All of these setbacks changed.
Okay.
And so all of the houses are much closer to the road. And the only thing is, ours is the only one without a more conformed type New England style entry. It's like it was just torn off and very plain. So I'd say one of the hardships is, I think a lot of our neighbors have all been like, why hasn't this ever been addressed before? And then when we bought it, we realized why. It's because of this grandfathered situation of our 35-foot setback. There's really not much we can do to put a portico over it.
Okay.
We're not asking for much. This is the minimal. We're asking for 1 foot for the stoop, for the front stoop to go into the front yard, and then another foot just so the portico top, this is the volume above it, so it peeks over, just so that it attaches to the columns in a more attractive way. It won't look silly. It won't be cut off like the gentleman just said, like, why is it not designed well? So we're really asking for the most minimal type of change, and the hardship is the house is not attractive. There's a very beautiful road. We live right on Holly Pond. It is a gorgeous neighborhood. This is the one that's not like the others. And I mean, really, we've had our neighbors say,
I know
"Please
this
make
house well. I know why you bought it. My sister tried to buy it. It's
Oh,
a
really?
great location. Congratulations. Yes.
This is,
So
what
good.
zone is this? This is R
One
1/2. So this has got to be an under, the lots on
Definitely the wetland.
Outlook at R 1/2 have to be, can't be the correct
This is
square footage,
This one is the
right?
correct size. This
It
one
is?
fronts on Holly Pond, so you have the Holly Pond, which limits
Buildable area.
buildable area in the back,
It's also steeping.
and it's very steep. Once you get
Yeah,
in the
it's a
backyard.
big hill. And our house is also on that very
That
steep hill. And
hill.
so the house is usually built into the hill.
So that,
Yeah, so the survey shows the line of the 100-foot line from
Right.
Holly Pond.
And where
So that
this,
would definitely be a hardship for the lot, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the previous zoning was? You mentioned it changed.
yeah,
over here.
XX, is that what it was called?
I think it
XX?
was AA.
Or AA.
Yeah.
And so the house was then, like, I guess, to the front yard, for where the street abutted the front yard. And then when I did some research, they just rezoned it. I think it was to prevent 2 houses from going on these properties. So this is almost 9 acres, but they reduced the property line, so it's much smaller than that.
I see.
And I would also think for safety reasons, you would probably want some coverage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think for all those reasons.
Okay.
We're very friendly with all our neighbors. They all are supportive. As I said, we've lived at 31 Outlet for 34 years.
Okay.
We just bought the house. We've, of course, lived next to it for all these years. So we have thought about, if we ever owned it, what can we do to make it more inviting? So we want to be friendlier, and we are very friendly people, and that's what we're trying to do. Our hardship is it doesn't look at all in keeping or in conformity with the others, and it just looks like it needs something to say, please, welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So how much of it is actually of what's proposed goes into the setback?
So
Yeah, it's this right here.
It's about 4 by 10, so it's a 40 square foot additional encroachment into that.
But it's already
front yard.
grandfathered in. That part The only part that's not
No, no, no,
grandfathered in,
What you're proposing, your portico, is
Yes.
4 by 10,
Right, oh, yes.
approximately,
Oh, I
so it's
said
about 40 square feet.
The additional setback, because the house is already in the setback.
The red version.
So we normally grant, a 5x8, which is the same
I don't-
square
wait,
footage.
No, I don't,
that's
hold
what
on,
I'm
I don't know
saying.
that that's right. So there's only this front section, and of that front section, part of it is already in the setback, so you can really only take this triangle right here.
Right.
And technically, if we're getting really technical, there's a section of the existing steps that are in the setback that are being removed as part of this, right? Because now the steps are going right down the front, so.
You think it's less than that?
Yeah, it's,
So isn't that what's here, this square right here?
Well, and would we
is
approve
what's
5 by
existing,
8
so the
in
new
the
410
setback? And
is
she's
entirely
not actually
existing.
asking for more than, I don't think she's asking
yeah.
for more than 5 by 8 in the
okay,
setback.
sure, yes, yes, yes.
Am I thinking about that correctly?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
if
about
we-
that.
If we allow 5 by 8 in the setback, part of it is out of the setback, correct?
All of this
All of it
is,
is in this.
It's all within the set.
Okay, it's all within the
all
setback.
of it's in the
Okay, I'm looking at it
setback.
backwards.
She's asking for the same square footage we would normally approve. We normally would grant a 5x8. She's looking for a 9x4.
Or
It's the same
same amount of
math.
square footage.
I also think that this is a little bit of a different scenario too, right? Usually somebody has just a front door, they come to us, they want to build their whole brand new structure there.
Right.
And it can't be enclosed. This is already partially enclosed, it's being extended.
Okay,
I don't
so
think it's,
I
I
wouldn't
don't
know
think
about
it's,
deliberating, but like, ask your question. So
So
are you gonna
basically,
enclose this thing? Are you gonna keep this all open?
it's all open.
Okay.
It's, right now it's an inset entry, and what we're trying to do is make it, have a peak for architectural reasons. That's the hardship too, is that it's a very horizontal house. We're trying to just add one vertical.
Yep.
That's one reason.
Technically, that's not. You
Okay.
can't, technically, that is,
They're not a hardship.
that's no hardship. I like where you're going, but no.
And we
this
did,
town.
and
town it
aesthetically,
is.
we tried to do it as well by adding these birch trees. There was
Yeah.
one- So we are aware of the aesthetics, and we're trying to do as much as we can, asking for the least amount. We're just barely asking for
A
anything.
minimal adjustment.
if we wanted to be really technical, the one step that's the additional foot, that's stone, that doesn't even count, right?
Yeah, there's exemptions for steps and stairs in
Yeah.
the zoning regulations.
So it's really 2 by 10, right? Because that step is a stone step, or is that not how the regulation works?
Not usually.
The stoop, well, we allow an encroachment of 3 feet with stoops. So that's how it's defined.
I got you, okay.
So that's up to 3 feet, you can go beyond the required setback, whichever way, and if it's, and then steps are part of that as part of the egress and stairs and stuff. So, yeah, she's going at 4 feet, but it's already beyond the line, and the line is a little further back, but it's more of a net product here, just like what is the additional footprint that is required, and it's a 40 square feet, or a little less, actually.
36.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 9 feet 10.
Okay.
It does slope up higher here, so I don't think it's gonna need as many steps that are already existing.
yes.
It's gonna I think it's only gonna need one big stone step, and I think we'd use one like we have at our house, which is just a real stone. It's not gonna be any cement. That's the other thing, is it is wrought iron and cement stairways right now, very dated looking thing on the side. Looks like a back entrance. So most people would put this at their back door.
It
So-
could be that the footprint itself is not quite the 4 feet because there is an overhang, but the overhang is part of the character of the portico. So you don't want to limit the location of something, without including the overhang that makes it look good, right?
And you said it's 35 feet from the road
Yes.
versus the 40 that it's supposed to be. Okay.
Well, 40, it's 35 feet, but I think that's grandfathered in because it was built before that
Correct,
rule.
35.
So,
Based on the
Current-
1952?
It's 32.9.
Okay, okay. I'm just getting some numbers on the record.
32.9 to the roof overhang.
To the roof overhang, okay. So, Dyson, you haven't said anything. Questions from you? You don't have to, just making sure.
No, I don't think so.
No, maybe for delivery, not for.
Okay. And Matt, you? You're good?
Right.
353.
Good? John?
Good.
Yeah, there's, the road curves, so you
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
in that area, that's what Ms. Terrain was referencing, that it's on a curve.
So at the shortest point, we're talking 32.9.
Yeah, the furthest part is over by,
Okay.
that's where it's the furthest, here's right. And then it does get narrower down here.
That's great. Okay.
Well, I guess one question. So this is, you designed this to have the minimum amount of additional encroachment into the, have you considered other options that maybe are more dramatic in terms of changes to the house, but would exist strictly within the buildable area?
Well, the house is very expensive. We bought this really as a way to preserve it. We didn't really buy it to like knock it down and make it what it should be. I mean, I know this property is very young. What we're trying to do is do the minimal to make it more attractive. And I hope you all trust us. I mean, we fixed up Tom Golden's house, 146 Goodwives. It's a Tory house, built in 1723. And everybody wanted to knock it down. We preserved it. We went inside and we redid even the chimneys we had to rebuild. But we kept everything as is. I've been on the Historical Society. I've been on the Stephen Mathers. I'm in there. I'm employed with them a lot. I really care about our history. I'm not really here to like rebuild something. And sure, it'd be wonderful to make something dramatic, but I don't want to disrupt the neighborhood. I'm really trying to work with what we have, and I think I know the neighborhood well enough to make something that isn't that much of a departure from the rest of the neighborhood without having to knock parts of the house down.
So things aside from the entry, which is aesthetic, you think the rest of the house is in keeping with the character and needs to be preserved to maintain the character of the neighborhood? Or?
Well, so another thing that happened is this house burned down a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
They rebuilt the exact same house.
Okay.
This is a 2-generation house. The daughter who rebuilt it really was had an allegiance to her parents in that house. And it's all brand new. So a part of my problem is to say, would that be really environmentally right to take a brand new house and take it apart again? It's really nice inside. I'd love to have you guys come over. You probably saw it with your sister.
That's on. It's great.
The inside, you wouldn't know it was a split level, but I agree. I think that's sort of an odd thing to do in these days and age, but for some reason it works. It's got a lot to it. And you know, the main room, the kitchen, the living room, and then there's this big sunroom, dining room, and then hallway. That's like a great room. So I think it still works. I don't think it's, and that's the front door as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I hear you. I think my children are always like, just knock it down. I'm like, no, I don't think that's the
No,
answer.
it's just, I was curious what other options have been evaluated to achieve your goals.
Well, because that front door is in that great room, there's no way to move that front door back into that other section of the house, so. This is a downstairs. It's like a basement. So you have to go down to that. So if you entered that way, you'd go down and then back upstairs.
Up into the house, yep.
So maybe that's my hardship. If I move it into the right area, it's up and downstairs.
Okay. Thank you.
And Jeremy knows I just tore my Achilles, and that would be really hard for someone like me.
Yeah, you're off the
Look at
boot.
me.
Congratulations.
I know.
Wow.
2.5
Thank goodness.
months.
In the middle of winter, it's always hard.
Wow.
I know, I'm doing so much better.
Just watch your step.
Okay, we asked about neighbor support. Obviously, you're the one neighbor. If the other neighbor knows you're doing this?
Yes, they got
Great.
all the letters.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, so we host the whole block party every year.
Oh.
And everybody comes over and they got the word that we bought it. And they're like, what are you gonna do? And we said, we'll make it better.
A nice front door.
So, I mean, everybody was hoping we'd do something,
Yeah.
but we're like, we're not knocking it down. I think that's what a lot of people were hoping, but I know the mess because we're dealing with it all over Holly Pond. And I was like, this is just not
Yes.
what we want to do.
Nice. Okay. Anybody in the audience wish to, never mind, okay. All right. If that's it, we will close the hearing and deliberate now.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you very much. That closes the hearing. And we'll start with you since you're here. Okay, comments on this one? Matt?
I think that given we have a de facto standard of 5 by 8 is approved, I don't see any reason why tweaking the shape of the rectangle to have the same square footage, even less square footage, would be a problem. And I'm very comfortable with that, especially. Given I think there is a hardship with the lot. The lot is very much requires you to build the structure in the front part of the lot or the side facing the street.
And the pre-existing variance from, I'm not saying it right. 1952 variance.
No, this didn't have a
was
19.
No, I'm sorry, that's the other one. Okay, I'm sorry.
This
Okay,
was-
I was like with you.
okay, yeah, I'm wrong. Okay.
It's the rezoning.
It's rezoned.
It was rezoned, that's what I want to say. It was rezoned, thank you, yes. Thank you. Thank you for following
But
along.
I'm, in general, I'm fine giving the homeowners the flexibility to construct the porch that they think is safe and appropriate given their house, provided that stays within 40 square feet. That seems pretty reasonable. And in the past, we've also approved porches that were slightly larger anyway, so I'm fine with this.
Okay.
I would echo what Matt said. I think.
Echo, I agree, yeah.
I agree with that.
John?
I have nothing else to add. It was very minimal adjustment, minimal adjustment necessary. It's in line with the usual standards. Hardship on the lot with the line of the holly pond coming into the backyard. Seems fun.
Okay. Dyson?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah? Okay. You guys? Hervé? Jeremy?
I think
Seems
that's
okay.
the right solution.
I think it's a pretty minimal adjustment. I think it's lovely to see somebody in the town who just wants to preserve something as opposed to, I mean, you could justify on that street. That's a $5 million street. You could totally
I
justify.
can't believe the previous owners rebuilt these.
Because there was a fire and she got the insurance coverage to rebuild exactly what, she just rebuilt what the insurance would cover. Because that was the big question. Like, that was the opportunity to rebuild it then, to make some big honking home.
There's a little fun with the non-conformity too. If you have a damage
right.
to something that's non-conforming, you cannot put more than 50% of the value without making
Right.
it compliant. Therefore, you'd have to move
Yeah.
that thing back.
That makes sense.
So that would have
You
been
know.
tricky, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but I think,
Usual stipulations about not enclosing the porch.
yep,
Yep.
good point. And then a CO must be delivered.
Right, this is, so when you say that, it's
I'm
the
sorry.
one-story covered porch entry shall not be enclosed by any perimeter wall materials of any kind, including awnings, screens, lattice, canvas, and plastics, other than a simple, minimal height, open balustrade style safety railing as may be required by the building code, which is what Ms. Terrain has shown, wide open.
Perfect.
And
And then
then,
upon completion of the work and prior of the issuance of the project's certificate of occupancy for the proposed work, the applicant shall provide a final as-built survey to verify that all construction installation, including the materials, has been completed in strict accordance with the specific ZBA reviewed and approved plans.
those are the two proposed conditions.
Love it. I love that Jeremy fed us those words. Thank you, Jeremy, for making that easy. All right, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve with the two stipulations just read out loud.
Perfectly.
Second.
All in favor? Congratulations and thank you.
Thanks for letting me listen to.
Yeah, you got it. Tell your husband thank you for his service.
I
Hope he gets home. Okay, so let's now move to calendar number 28-2025, 43 Greenwood Avenue. I'll go in reverse. Mr. Dyson, what do you think?
I think it's absolutely fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I would just add that there are some wetland regulation issues making a hardship on the lot. I would say 16 square feet facing a neighbor who, most impacted neighbor wrote a letter of support. Seems like the minimal adjustment necessary.
Thank you for getting that on the record. I think that's a great
Yeah.
thing to point out. Look at you, John, really, really growing
I'm just
into
trying
quite
to,
the
I'm just
leader
trying
on
to
this
move
board.
this along today.
Really doing a nice job. Okay.
The kids are.
I think my wife got home, so they shouldn't be alone anymore.
This one to me is,
Ridiculous.
I think it is unfortunate that he had to come for the 16 square feet for both floors. I do think this is truly the minimal adjustment necessary, and I think he's got good justification for, the lot and the location and the shared driveway and the reason for not being able to build on the other side. For all those reasons, I would say no problem.
One quick question for Jeremy, sorry. The recommended condition A about the not exceeding 50%, that's so they don't have to bring themselves into compliance with the flood
Right,
regulations.
what Hervé will do is at the start of the project, say, you need to give us a price quote, and I think Mr. Terpene has already submitted that. but also as they go along.
I need to use that builder.
Yeah.
What we do is, we work closely with the building official, such that at the end of the project, we get an affidavit. Sometimes projects, as you all are aware, can expand as you're kind of, while we're at it, let's do this, this, and this. So we want to make sure we get that number as accurate as possible,
So
so.
they start putting in the gold leaf. In the-
Yeah, exactly. So what we'll do is, ask for verification prior, and make sure, and Hervé will look at it.
The
at
affidavit of construction has to be realistic. If there is a major doubt on the cost, we can ask for invoices and all sorts of things. There's a pretty big list of inclusion to the substantial improvement cost.
Yeah, I can't imagine this would even approach it.
Don't they get the
Correct.
benefit, though, of the market value increasing since they put in the 2021-22 improvements? So it's, if anything,
Yeah, that's
this
a
is
good
gonna, this
question.
is gonna be pretty minimal
It's
relative
a
to
good
the.
logical question, but that's not the way it works.
No.
No.
Oh,
It's not?
It's the same thing with the city, too.
Won't they reassess
What
the-
Jana said is, there's been a reassessment
Yeah.
since they've finished.
Well,
Right, but the calculation doesn't take
value.
into account that once this is done, it will be worth X percentage
No, but it
more.
goes
The
based
prior
off today
assessment.
versus what
Right.
it was in 2021.
Right.
Correct.
And then,
But, yeah.
this is a minimal.
I now understand why people are doing it the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
That was just
But
for my
it-
information.
but the town
Sorry
only
to know
has a
that.
3-year look back, which a lot of
so.
towns actually have a lot more.
Right.
I mean, so it's not a bad, right now in Darien, it's pretty favorable in a lot of ways. If you live, near a flood zone, you only have to wait 3 years, and then you can do something more, when I think Norwalk is 10. I mean, there are some,
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to
Why-
Jana before the meeting. Each town's different, and, as I mentioned to Jana, FEMA will be coming to us within the next year or two. They look at all the towns, and they make, certain things have to be changed. So, for example, next year, we will be getting new flood maps, so we'll have to make reference to the new flood maps, maybe take any new suggested FEMA things that come along through the pipeline.
Okay.
And so that number may change, we
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
They may recommend changing it, who knows?
Next year, you say, I might text mine.
Yeah, maybe. Again,
Do
FEMA's a
we
little
ha-
behind
can
schedule.
Can they dictate, this is a different conversation, but can they dictate that change to us, or they can just suggest that change to us as
There's
a
certain
town?
changes they can dictate to us, and have dictated to every town.
Interesting.
Again, it's the whole dynamic of the federal government, who's running the federal government at the time. As you know, the government was shut down for a month and a half, so the FEMA maps that were going to go into effect have been pushed off because no work was done. Everyone put their pencils down for a month and a half.
And then they push the maps off a year, so, someone figure that math out.
1.5 weeks translates to. So good.
to answer to Jenna, the reason I responded the way I did, I just didn't want to be confusing. I believe that, and I think that's a discussion Rick and I had about this, is if you've had work done in the past 3 years, and you started the process of substantial improvement, the appraised value at point A is the one is being used,
Yeah.
not the one 2 or 3 years later.
Right.
So
But
it
if
kind
you,
of.
if you go past that 3-year window, then you do get the.
Then you
You're correct.
reappraise, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. But then, so that's kind of what I was
Sorry.
trying to say.
Yeah.
I
No, I
don't know
understand.
how
Okay.
It's fine.
if I convey that, but yeah.
And
I
Dyson, you
now
brought up a good
understand it.
point.
I'm like, okay, this is, it's an interesting, I mean, it is, and it's town specific.
Jeremy, you had good language in here. You said one of the stipulations should be that verification shall be provided prior to the issuance of zoning and building permit for the construction that the project cost shall not exceed 50% of the market value
Yep.
of the structure as determined by the Darien assessor. That's great. And also prior to the issuance of certificate of occupancy, the applicant shall submit an affidavit of total construction cost and an as-built.
Yep.
So thank you for providing those. We'll include those with our recommendations.
Yep.
I jumped the gun a bit, Matt.
No, no.
You're good with this?
Yep.
I will say, I agree with Jan in that if ever there was a minimal adjustment, this is it. 16 square feet is great, and I think the hardship is the pre-existing variance from 1952. It's a tight setback, and this seems completely in line to me. And I like the neighbor support. I thought he did a nice job with getting that. So do we have a motion to approve
I'll make a motion.
from Matt? I will second it. All in favor? That's
5 to
5 to 0.
Great.
with the two stipulations then documented
Yep.
moments ago in our notes. That's
Great.
great. All right, then a couple of quick other things. We have a couple of extension requests. The first one is for Standard Realty, which is 805 Boston Post Road. That is the gas station?
That's the gas station corner of Sedgwick and Post.
Okay,
They are currently before planning and zoning.
and ARB, yep.
Also, they got through ARB or?
They got
did they
through
last
ARB
night?
for the entire building. They still have a little bit of signage, but for the envelope, the massing, the location of the building, no, they got through ARB the time.
Last night
at the
was-
time
yeah,
before.
okay.
And
in-
P&Z
In
P&Z's been
November.
continued to January 6th.
Okay.
They're looking at the issues related to, especially related to traffic.
Traffic, yeah.
So they're currently going to the local traffic authority, which is the police commission in Darien, the planning and zoning commission per the ZBA's recommendation,
Yeah,
brought in a
I
traffic
like that.
consultant.
I want them going to those.
So this
Yeah.
It
is,
looks like they started there, though. Did they just get like a did they get some sort of demo permit, or?
no, they shut it down.
Okay.
They haven't pulled, I haven't seen a demo permit come
Something
through,
in there.
but they put little pylons out
Oh,
there,
yeah, maybe they
And-
just fenced it off. or
fenced it
something.
off.
And they got rid of the boat.
And they got rid of the boat, a lot of the tires are gone,
The
so
old
that's
truck.
good. So they're gonna be with P&Z well into January. P&Z's gonna close the hearing presumably in January. They have 2 months to make a decision. Then they still have, demolition and other things, so it's clearly gonna take longer than expected. So we've asked them to submit a letter of extension request, which they did, because they're not gonna be able to finish. So what they're suggesting is 6 more months, which will, I think, still be kind of tight. Because even if they don't get P&Z approval till, say, February, demolition could take a while. Again, you're talking about a gas station. This is
Yeah.
not.
This is not
So-
going to happen quickly.
I agree. I
Should
think
we-
it's not,
should we do
but we
more?
have to approve whatever they've asked for, so we'll
So
have to
6
just.
months would bring us to, I think, July 31st.
Okay.
To not only get their P&Z approval, demolition, pull the permit, and start construction. They don't have to be done,
Oh.
but at
Oh,
least
that
start.
might work.
That might.
Right.
Well, we have to, it's whatever they've requested. We can't
Yeah.
make an amendment. So I will make a motion to approve the extension.
I'll second it.
All in favor? 5-0, thank
Yep.
you. Second request for extension is for 13 Hollow Tree Ridge Road, and this one is because the surveyor went out of business.
Surveyor went out of business. We've seen a number of companies reconfigured.
Yeah.
This one went out of business.
One is Ottoman.
Ottoman Kirby went out of business, so
Okay.
they got bought out by a bigger company.
Okay.
And
I don't
he was
remember
in,
this one.
he was in the, it's a
Greenwich.
13 Hollow Tree. It's right near the corner of Hollow
That
Tree
weird
and Post.
curb cut situation.
A very interesting driveway and
Yeah.
downhill.
The house was like way down the hill, the driveway at the
Oh,
top, they had this
yeah.
weird curb cut. You might not have been on it, John.
It's on the bottom of the hollow tree.
Yeah,
towards Post Road.
okay.
Oh, and he's creating that house.
And they needed a regrading permit from planning and zoning, so they were
Yeah.
submitting the application materials. The peer review engineer hired by planning and zoning said, can you make these changes? And then the guy went out of business. So now he's got to rehire
Oh, that's
people,
awful.
write some new checks, hire them, get on a P&Z agenda, which probably again won't be till February.
So how much time do they want?
I think they've asked
I
for
think they want like 8 months or something.
8 months. They're going to need a little longer. Let me see what they've asked for here. They're looking to get 6 months till July 31st, 2026 as well.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jan, John
I'll
seconds.
second.
All in favor? 5-0. Then there's I'll add a third here, number 2A, Tesla and Good Wives.
Tesla, you may recall, this is a request that came in earlier today. Tesla was doing these charging stations
Yep.
on, I'll call it the far left of Old Kings Market.
Oh, right, we can't call it Good Wives anymore.
Yes.
Sorry.
Old Kings Market.
And so they had to go to the ZBA. They then went to the Environmental Protection Commission. EPC approved it in August. Then to the Planning and Zoning Commission, who approved it in November. Then during that time, right after P&Z approved it, boom, ZBA permits about to expire. So this poor guy's he started with, a couple years ago on
Yeah, this
this.
is
What you may recall, a few years ago, his boss's boss's
It's
boss,
so hard.
Tesla, he moved on to other things, so this got put on hold by the company, then it got brought back, etc. So this gentleman's like, no, we're ready to move. In his letter, he says, We want to get the permits for this in January. They're doing all the drawings, electrical drawings and all that stuff, ready to submit to Hervé in late January. And so he's, what did he say in the letter here?
I don't have it. I don't
No,
have
no.
it. Oh, did you give me it?
Is that the one?
Oh, yes, this, wait, maybe, wait a minute.
Hold on.
It doesn't sound.
I don't think I have a copy of this letter.
That's by the functions of local government.
I mean,
No, this is the Hollow Tree Ridge. I don't have a copy of
Okay, hold
Tesla.
for
I think I have it.
I just wrote it on my notes.
Did it come through an email?
Yeah.
Do you have
I
it?
apologize, it just came in a few hours ago.
That's okay.
Dear Mr. Ginsburg, on behalf of Tesla, I'm requesting a 4-month extension of the ZBA approval for ZBA 22-2024. We are currently working on the final construction plans and anticipate submitting the building permit package in January 2026.
So that's till May.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 4-month extension as requested.
I will second it. All in favor? Tesla gets their 4-month extension.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 3, approval of the summary meeting minutes of November 19th, 2025.
Yep.
You guys all had a chance to review those. Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Jana, I'll second. All in favor?
Is that just for those who attended, or?
Yes.
Or if you watched it,
I was told I was not needed, I could have the night off, so.
So-
Okay,
Okay,
then
4-0.
Abstain, 4-0. That's great. How about the minutes of ZBA calendar 21-2025, which is the 11 Wilson Ridge Road project? I was on that, I think,
I'm pretty sure I was. too.
yep.
I was
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
I think all of you were on that.
Nope.
No, not John?
I don't think I was. I was on the
In
original.
November, it was Barb,
I was on
Matt
it.
Loria, John McGrath, Jana Romine, and
Randy
Randy
Jenkins.
was sitting in that chair.
Randy was there.
So,
Okay, so you're abstaining from this one. So do I have a motion to approve that?
Motion to
Jana,
approve.
I'll second. All in favor? That's 4-0 to
Yep.
approve those minutes. And then same with Blueberry. I think it was the same group.
Yep.
Jana?
Motion to approve.
Barb seconds. All in favor? That's 4-0 to approve the 23 Blueberry.
yep.
Okay, any other business?
No, you covered it with that one
Okay.
extension request.
That's it. So that would mean that we are at 8:11 PM adjourned. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Barb.
Did it? Did we
it.
beat the last one?
We did.